trip to Niger, and both trips had the pleasure of meeting Madam Wright. Madam Wright runs a daycare and a school in Niger. The school is also sponsored by Schools for Niger. She works for them in order to have the school. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the preschool, and then we'll speak about the schools. The preschools are just precious. I relate them to preschools here only because they're so organized, they're so clean, and the teachers that are there are just of such quality. We walk in and the children are sitting down on the mats, they're well behaved, they're interacting with their teachers, and the teachers are just, you can just see the love in their eyes. They just love on those children and they want to be hands-on. And Madam Wright has led this, and it's by her example that those children receive that, and it's by her example to the leaders of the preschool that they interact with these children in the way they do. And Madam Wright and her husband, General Wright, are just so well respected within the Niger community. Her husband was a pilot for the president of Niger. So he has a huge impact on the country of Niger at one time, but he has just taken that away, and he has went and opened up these preschools and these schools, and they've done such a fabulous job. When you walk in, the children, for the majority of the part, are all dressed in uniform. And that speaks volumes because here, even in public schools, we don't see uniforms until it's in private schools. And so it lets you know how respected and how well ran these preschools are, that she requires these children to come in uniform and be uniformed and have that same love and respect and discipline throughout the preschool. She took us into the rooms, and we had the pleasure of doing a craft with them. And again, she went into the rooms, Madam Wright did, and she worked with the children, and she was hands-on. And it just showed me, again, just so many reasons why there's so much respect for her, because she could be a director and she could, say that I'm going to sit behind a desk and I'm going to direct this program, but yet you see her out there and you see her loving on these children and interacting with the teachers, and she just does such an amazing job at this preschool. We were able to go into 3 of the classrooms and do crafts with them, and at the end, we give her some supplies that we have collected, but she also then gives us a gift. And so it's a gift enough just to be there. It's a gift enough just to have her love and her blessing, but that she feels like she has to give us ladies something in return. And so we take that, and last year she gave us wallets, and so I made a point to make sure that I took that with me on this trip this time, because that wallet last year wasn't just a wallet. It was her love and her generosity to make sure that as we step into her facility, she shows us that love. And we are there to love on her, and we're there to love on those children. But again, she is just such a godly woman that she wants to make sure that both sides are met, that we're feeling comfortable and we're feeling respected. And she wants us to know how much she appreciates what we're doing, but we're there just thinking what a blessing you are to this community. And as we go through that, we think that she could be an upstanding citizen of Niger, but she's taking it so much further by loving on these children. And my heart when I go to Niger is simply the children. I love interacting with those babies. I love seeing the smiles on their faces. And so by seeing her, that she's providing that environment for those children, it just gives me such joy to know that there are people in Niger who are trying to educate these children, who are trying to feed them spiritually, who are trying to make sure that they have a good meal. And then at her schools that she does, not only does she do all that, but she will even go as far as giving them a bath. She gives them somewhere to take a bath every day. So this woman has really made it her desire and her mission for this country to go and to raise these children in line with their parents, but she's starting it there in her daycares and her preschools. She's starting that love and that discipline and that structure there, and she's showing them God, and she's teaching them God. And so what will happen? What will these children turn into once they leave that organization? Where will they go once they get into school? And where will she be the one that's caused them to be the bright light that shines for the country of Niger? Last year when we went, Melissa Thomas also went with us, and she was so touched by Madam Wright and her desire to bring these children in that she said, it is my mission next year to raise enough money to bring children into those schools. And when we went over and visited the school, we were able to see there were 6 children there that may not have been there had Melissa's heart not been touched. And so as we sit there with these children, we're reminded that, someone was here last year that was touched by the story, enough so that she could get out of her comfort zone when she gets back inside the United States, and that she can raise money so that more children can come to these schools. And as we were there on the property, it's just immaculate. It's like walking into another world. You walk off of the streets that are filled with trash and garbage, and you walk into this refreshing school. The floors are clean, the teachers are well dressed, the children are well behaved, the children are in uniforms, the children are clean, the children are being fed, the children look healthy. It's just such a different, just between night and day, in between taking 15 steps. And as we walk in and we go into the classrooms and they're teaching them English, they get 2 hours of English, and they're teaching them about God, and they're teaching them just the basics that they need, because in Niger it's about education. It's about starting them young and educating them spiritually, physically, mentally. Because had they not started that with the young children, they wouldn't have the opportunity to go and be God's people in a country that needs them so much. And again, Madam Wright is the reason for these children, and I just think what a blessing one day when she can see it come full circle. When she can see these children who have grown up, starting off in her preschool and then going through her schools, and then if they get the opportunity to graduate and then become citizens of Niger, and what bright light will they be, all because of what this one woman has done. And I hope that you can tell, based on either whether you talk to Melissa or you talk to one of us, that this lady is just like a fire in Niger. She is so well respected, but yet she's also a woman who is going to take the time to influence these small children what they need to be doing, what God they need to know. The only God that's out there is who they need to know, and they don't need to fall into a generation that just continues to repeat itself, that says, no, because the country is 95% Muslim, you need to be Muslim as well. She's teaching these children God, and she is such a wonderful lady, and I'm so blessed to know that I've had the opportunity to go and visit her schools, go and visit her preschools, hear her story, hear about her husband, and just that she has made such a huge impact